Hey guys, it's me Nabil, and it's going to be a bit of a rant, mainly with what's happening with PS Plus. Now, I know I'm a bit late on this, so I do apologise. I've been pretty much playing at all really, but there has been some controversial news with the GTA Plus, which has gotten a lot of hate through the GTA community, and rightfully so. So what's going to happen is that you're obviously going to get some free vehicles, examples such as the Super Velito. What's also going to be happening is that if you basically complete all of the classic heists, I'm not sure if this includes Doomsday as well, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't include Doomsday, correct me if I'm wrong. If you complete all the classic heists within 3 weeks, you'll be able to get 2 million, which is honestly dumb. I feel like it should be way more than what you're getting, because the thing is, with 2 million you can't really get anything really. I mean, you could possibly get a business, but then you have to buy like the other facilities. For example, if you want to buy like the MC business, so whether it's cocaine, weed, then you are going to have to buy MC Clubhouse first, which is kind of fucked considering that how expensive the paywalls are. So what's going to happen also is that you're also going to be getting a bit of money for the preps, so the preps and the setups. However, this is only for the people that's going to be joining like another person's heist. So the host won't get like any sort of increase. However, the people that join the host's heist, so this could be like a random or whatever, they basically get the increase in pay cut. So this is kind of bad, because the thing is, what GTA has done is they basically introduced like a new policy, or per se, that you can only give a minimum of 15%. Now, if those people are on GTA Plus, that means they're getting way more than expected, and that basically puts more pressure on the host to basically be selfish, which I don't blame them, to be honest. I mean, they paid for the heist, so they should get like 55%. They should get most of the cut. 55% is more than enough in this case if people are using GTA Plus to basically get an increase in the setup missions. Keep in mind the host doesn't get any sort of pay cut at all. So the thing is, with this in mind, this is completely useless. Doomsday Heist got the buff, like when the latest DLC came out, the Criminal Enterprises DLC. I think it pays 1.7 million in total. Could be high, but possibly. Now, the thing is, people were complaining about KO Prequel being too easy, although that has never happened within the last 2 years. Basically, the time in which KO Prequel existed. And now, the same issue is going to happen with Doomsday Heist. People can just literally do the Act 2 glitch over and over again, and they can basically do the same thing as they did with KO Prequel, only it's going to be more broken. And the thing is, with PS Plus, why do you need to do that when you could just get a friend who has Doomsday Heist Act 2, and then you could just make a fuck ton of money? Like, where is the... For spending what is meant to be $6 in the US for what increased payouts for setups, you can basically get a friend, do the Doomsday Heist, and then you can possibly get way more money than you could with the setup missions. Because let's be real, no one is ever going to help out a random within a heist unless you're like a really nice person and that. But we all know no one is going to, like, considering randoms, even with the Criminal Enterprises DLC, they still are retarded nowadays. They don't have the mics on. Trust me, this is from experience. I did decide to get back into GTA Online at some point. When the Criminal Enterprises DLC came out, I just wanted to help out some people, and I really regretted that decision. Basically, you do not want to do a heist at all. The classic ones at least, because especially the Pacific Standard, and it gets even worse from there on. So what's gonna be happening also is that KO Prequel PS Plus members, they basically are able to get the Black Panther. So it's now part of the actual chances of getting an item. And here's the catch: they're not allowed to get the centimeter tequila. Now, some of you guys may be thinking, oh, that's bad. However, it's the worst paying item out of the entire group of the KO Prequel items in which you can collect for basically the final heist. That basically pays around 900k before. I think it got buffed, and I'm not sure if it got buffed. Maybe with the secondary items, it got buffed in terms of payout. However, it's the worst payout item when it comes to the KO Prequel heist within the finale. And yeah, so normal players, and this has been quite an issue for quite some time now, because what I've been noticing with normal players, they have been getting the Sensorital Tequila a lot. Sometimes even 8 times in a row, which is kind of ridiculous. So what Rockstar have been doing is they basically been trying to actively the money grind through many ways, and that was basically through one of them. I think that was completely intentional, and if I'm a bit honest, I feel like the nerfs to KO Prequel was literally there so they can do this. Now, I'm not sure if the no 3 day cooldown is true because it hasn't been mentioned on the newswire. If one, you could take a look on it for yourself because it does not mention there. And if this is true, then what they're basically trying to do is they're basically trying to sell you something that was initially for free, but they're somehow or trying to monetize it in order to make sure that it benefits them, even though this was not a problem within the past. And Rockstar are worth a lot of money now. So they have like apparently 22 billion. This could be wrong, but it could potentially be higher. But it is insane how much money Rockstar have. So yeah, you got to consider how scum this PS membership event really is, considering the fact that you're not only is PS Plus members getting basically the Panther and the additional, it's basically pay to win at this point, considering they can literally spam the highest and get 3 million per hour, which is honestly fine. Well, not 3 million per hour, but 1.5 million per hour, which is honestly fine in my personal opinion, because let's be real, the GTA economy is pretty broken at this point. Everything is so expensive to get. I think the Capricorn DLC when it came out, it was calm the way it is. It was just the vehicles that needed a lot of work. And yeah, so really what it essentially does is basically monetizes a lot of things that were free in order to make sure that they basically get the benefits, but at the same time they can basically milk you and scam you pretty much for essentially no for essentially what was free, but now they can monetize it now, and it gets even worse from there because the thing is, what if the no 3 day cooldown wasn't there? Now here's the thing: if the no 3 day cooldown wasn't there in the actual product, and people go ahead and buy that mainly due to the no 3 day cooldown, wouldn't that kind of be like, mis-selling? I would argue that that would kind of be the case because why would it be that on Rockstar's was in the first place when when it wasn't released, but on like this week, maybe it's not there. But this could be a potential miss-out if the actual no 3 day cooldown is not there for the PS Plus benefits, which kind of makes it a waste of time because there's not really much of a pay. Well, there is a pay difference, but with how rare the Panther is, I'm pretty sure it's not going to contribute too much. Which basically speaks volumes of how worthless PS Plus really is. So overall, this PS Plus benefit for this for this week, which will possibly go into this month, is worthless. What they're trying to do is basically scam you for what essentially is free, and they tend to make up for it with, you know, basically $2 million, which is basically worth nothing nowadays. And for, I guess the PS Plus benefits could be worth it when it comes to Doomsday Heist, because I'm not sure if it's double money for the Doomsday Heist or any other Doomsday Heists in general. Well, and I'm not sure if it's for Classic Heist also, but if it is, then maybe it could be worth it. Maybe for the Doomsday Heist, I'm not sure about the Classic Heist. So if that really is the case, I guess that's the only saving grace of it, but I don't think it's enough to unfortunately do much of it. So this is basically my take of what the PS Plus have really is. If you liked the video, you enjoyed it, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. And hopefully you guys enjoy.